Sports Room back with another one. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. We got another banger for you guys. I mean, it turns out Shea Gilly had a 46-6 game against Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. Now, the crazy thing is the average fan or the average person does not know that this man was sick. Now, prior to hearing he was sick, I was like in my head, I'm like, I know this nigga's gonna go off. The only reason why I'm thinking that is because the way this guy's mentality is the probably most old school mentality I've seen in a new age, right? The nigga don't talk. You don't look at him on the court. He's just not talking at all. He's probably the most nonchalant, looks like he's not even trying player I've seen ever. I've never seen a player that looks like with that type of style, right? That looks like they're not trying, but they're playing like 100% effort, right? Because I guess he just does it so much that it just starts to look like it's just easy, right? But I knew once I heard, oh, Shea Gilgeous is sick. Oh, I'm like, oh yeah, he's going over his props. They had him at like 31, at like I believe like minus 30 or whatever, right? They had him at 31 points. That's always gonna be his props, 31 points. I'm like, oh, he's gonna go crazy today because this nigga is the closest person, like I said, to Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan in terms of how they take the game seriously. It's more of a mentality. But the difference between Shea and Kobe and MJ is that I believe like he's number one, he's way more quiet. He's way more like a patient too as well. Like he's another like how Brandon Ingram is also patient as well. He's like one of those, right? And also he utilizes his mid range to where now it's like a weapon. Like and it's like basically he basically turned the mid range into basically a Swiss Army knife, right? Between how he slashes and then how he shoots the midi. So that's why people don't realize he's not foul baiting like a Jalen Brunson to me. That's a foul baiter. Trey Young, that's a foul baiter. James Harden, those are foul baiters, right? What he's doing, right? And mind you, if you don't call the foul with him, he's going to make it. That's also another difference, right? And also, a lot of times players are overzealous. They're overplaying him, right? So a simple pump fake, they're gonna get in the air, all right? And the way that he utilizes his body, his length to slash or cancel the slash and then shoot the midi off the slash. Sometimes I've seen him do like a spin move, like as if he's driving and then fade away, right? And I've seen him get fouled, right? They didn't call a foul and he made the shot, right? But then the next play, he might go back and then they'll call the foul after, right? A lot of times they don't actually call the foul. A lot of people is fouling Shea Gilgeous. I hope people realize this. Like the dude is not baiting, he slashes. If you're a slasher, you should go to the line. I don't want a Luka Doncic on the line if he's not slashing. Why is he slashing? Because he's flopping, right? Or a Trey Young who's not strong at all, or a Jalen Brunson who lowers his shoulder into people, those people are getting called fouls and they're baiting the foul more than actually going to score the basket. Shea is going to score the basket while he's trying to score the basket. You're fouling him. To me, it's a clear difference, but to me, it's a racist propaganda because with Shea, it's like the white propaganda is holding up Nikola Jokic into, okay, we're gonna hold him to the highest standard of all time, right? You seen Stan Van Gundy recently just said that Jokic is the greatest player of all time. This is why I bash Jokic. This is why I'm the most realist person when it comes to talking about him. You can't call a number one player if they're not playing both sides of the ball. That is like number one. Your center cannot be the worst defender on your team. Mind you, the reason why the Nuggets will never win a chip again is because they traded the nigga with the most nuts, right? MPJ. MPJ is cold as hell. He has a different type of spirit when he plays the game. He's actually one of the best players in the game that he's just not his whole entire career. First of all, back injuries early on. That's going to stop anyone who's a number one draft pick. That's what he was supposed to be, right? They just gave him to the Nuggets for like free, right? Mind you, he's playing with Jamal Murray as well. These are two, to me, Jamal Murray and MPJ, one of the best scorers damn near in the last decade that are extremely underrated, in my opinion. So you put him paired with Jokic, who doesn't play any defense, But the way his offense goes is more of a stat padding offense compared to a Russell Westbrook. But they'll say Russell Westbrook is stat padding because he's a black man. This is what I'm talking about. So when it comes to Shea, they'll call him a foul baiter, right? They'll invalidate his entire resume, right? Because he's black to prop up the white man, Jokic, to make him seem greater. And this is why I'm talking about SGA. I told myself last season, if this man beats this white propaganda Jokic and gets to the finals, I'm going to support this motherfucker. And he did that shit. So once he did that shit, I'm like, okay, that's a different breed. Because I don't think nobody in this era has that mentality other than maybe Giannis. But the thing about Giannis is that I feel like he doesn't have that like he has that dog mentality, but it's something about his game that's not translating to the level of success that Shea is getting, right? Now, to me, Giannis is really great. He plays the game at the mentality that I want, the energy that I want, the defense that I want. But he needs somebody else, basically. He's always going to need that Chris Middleton. He's always going to need just that other person. The difference between Giannis and Shea, like I said, is that Shea necessarily don't really need a part two. His second best player is hurt. And this nigga is winning every game. Why is nobody talking about that? But you know what they want to talk about? Oh, his foul shooting. That's racist propaganda to me because nobody brings up every time Jokic does a triple double how the other team scored the most points that they have ever scored, or the other center scores the most points that he's ever scored, got the most rebounds that he ever scored. They don't never show the deficiencies when they're winning, right? So let's say Jokic wins a game. He got a triple double. You're going to look in the comments. The comments is not going to say, oh, he had a bad defensive game. My centers should get blocks. My centers should play fucking defense, right? Jokic stands in the paint. He should get a lot 3 seconds, but he does not get 3 seconds. They play zone defense, and he swings his hands in the passing lanes, which is how he gets steals. So if you look at his steals for a center, it's high. And people's like, oh, well, he plays defense. Look at his steals. This is why I don't like the statistic game, right? With Jokic, he's like the stat sheet. Like if you're a stat sheeter, like you're gonna suck his dick, right? But if you watch the game and you know the game, right? And you know how people exploit the game too as well. That's why he fired his coach, because his coach probably told him, nigga, you gotta defend somebody, bro. Right? But if you watch the game, you're able to see how he exploits the game. But after the game, they're going to be like, oh, he's the greatest big man that we've ever seen. And then now Shea goes off for 40 points, right? 40 points against Ant-Man. Meanwhile, he's sick. Look at the comments. The comments are saying the nigga is foul baiting. He got 17 free throws. Mind you, Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic recently, the most recent game, shot the most free throws I'd have never seen in a game. I believe both of them go for 40 free throws a game. Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic shoot damn near 20 free throws a game. Nobody talks about it. Austin Reeves is also another foul baiting ass nigga, but nobody want to talk about Austin Reeves foul baiting. They like, oh no, he's great. Oh no, he's great. Luka Doncic, I love Luka. That's my favorite white boy. I feel like he's better than Jokic. But guess what? They're not going to talk about his deficiencies when he plays good. They talk about his deficiencies more than Jokic because to me, Luka's not. He doesn't fit the white propaganda uh, motive. So the white people really don't really like Luka like that 100% compared to a Jokic. They'll use him to make him feel like he's better than all of the blacks. And that's what's crazy to me. So let me know what and also they also call Luka fat. So they call Luka fat. They say Luka don't defend. They say Luka ain't shit, right? This was prior to him going to the Lakers. Now they're gonna dick ride him because he's on the Lakers, right? But prior to him going to the Lakers, Luka was bullied, in my opinion. But Nikola Jokic, they never called that nigga fat. And he can barely run. Nikola Jokic can't even run up the court. But they want to, and he can't dribble either, right? But they want to say that, oh, he's dropping triple doubles. Well, nigga, his usage rate is insane. Shea usage rating is not. He doesn't utilizes the ball and monopolizes the ball like Nikola Jokic. Shea gives up the ball. You see AJ Mitchell. He's going to get, but AJ Mitchell's raw as hell. He's going to get buckets. He's going to get 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 points because the ball isn't in one person's hand. Shea is going to get buckets, right? Even Isaiah Hartenstein sometimes get him a little buckets here and there. Everybody on that team get buckets. It's not just one person monopolizing the ball. And also, he doesn't, to me, stat pad his assists. Because to me, Shea could literally easily have the ball in his hand all game like a Luka Doncic or a Jokic, right? And have niggas running around him doing backdoor cuts like a Jokic offense and just easily do bounce passes that y'all going to overrate and say it's the greatest pass in the world and get mad assists. He could do that. He can have his players box out for him while he get rebounds. He could do that. But no, he's not trying to monopolize the basketball. He's trying to actually win the game. And that's to me the difference between a Shea and a Jokic or a Shea and the rest of the players in this generation. Because to me, nobody in this generation plays with that same, nigga, I'm trying to win the game. All right, I don't care how pretty you look. I don't care if I'm not shooting threes as much as you want me to do. I'm not bailing out other players as much as you want me to do. Nigga, just give me the ball. Let me get to my spots. Get the buckets. That's what he do. And he's unselfish in my opinion. He's one of those because a lot of people would say Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan was selfish. That's like the critique of Carmelo Anthony, like all the people that are scorers, right? Because to me, Shea is one of the greatest scorers of our generation, but they also won't say that as well. Mind you, they talk about his free throws. Last season, he didn't shoot any fucking free throws. I mean, no, last season he did shoot free throws, but he was the highest percentage in terms of points per game without free throws in the league. So he led the league in scoring without free throws. So this whole free throw this and free throw that, throw that shit out the door. Because if you take away his free throws, he's still leading the league in scoring. I just think he doesn't play the game pretty enough for these niggas. And I feel like he's not white enough for these niggas. Right. Because if Shea was a white man, oh my God. What? They will be calling him the greatest player of all time. Just like they called Jokic, Stan Van Gundy yesterday, the greatest player of all time. I almost fell out my chair. But for some reason, they keep propping up this motherfucker, right? Mind you, Jokic is losing a lot this season, right? Compared to how he looked last season and all the other seasons. I don't care about triple doubles from a center that I can see how they're monopolizing the triple double. It's not like a Russell Westbrook who plays 100% effort. I'm seeing him crash the rebounds. Even right now, he's getting rebounds, 6'4". You can see his energy. His energy is insane. Nobody has that energy. You can see how he gets a triple-double. How does Jokic not have no energy, barely do anything, get triple-doubles? I'm telling you guys, it's a propaganda, and it's a real thing. And to me, that's destroying the NBA. Because instead for shedding light on the motherfucker that's the closest thing to Kobe Bryant that we've seen, or an MJ in terms of winning, and in terms of, nigga, he getting it out the mud, right? No glitz, no glamour. Instead for propping him up as if like, all right, this is the best player right now. He's the best player, period. They're not doing that. For some reason, I feel like Shea's underrated. And I'm like, how was this nigga who won MVP, Finals MVP, he won Finals MVP, and the championship and Finals MVP all in 1 year? I'm surprised he ain't give him DPOY. Right? Mind you, I believe also they also said it's another crazy stat he's doing right now nobody's talking about. This is actually crazy. Nobody's talking about this. I believe he's having the greatest 50-40-90 season we've ever seen before, apparently. He has the number one 50-40-90 season. I got to find the stat. Hold on. I can't find the stat. But when I do, I'm going to prop it up on the screen for y'all because they were saying that he has around, I believe, up to 55 plus percent field goal percentage, some crazy number, right? 40%, 90% from the free throw. Like, that is insanity to me, right? And he's been doing this for a while. And I don't care about stats really, because when I watch the game, I'm looking at the little intangibles that don't show up on the stat sheet. And to me, he's not a lazy player, right? Because there's some stuff where I'm seeing him the way he defends. Like he puts his hand up every time he's defending. He sits on the chairs. He's swiping the ball in the passing lanes. He's giving to the ball to the open man. He's making the right reads. He's making the right decision. It's like I don't really have a lot of bad stuff to say about him. Like I can say something bad about almost every player, but it's like very low, like the critique. Because I heard that when it comes to Shea Gilgeous, like his practices, when he practices with the team, I heard when I heard the players are saying that he likes to he wants everybody to try to defend them the best that they possibly can. Like he wants the best from his teammates to defend him. And that's the only way you're gonna get better, right? Is you need people to defend you, and you need a whole bunch of different types of defenders to defend you. You see what I'm saying? And that's why he can score on anyone, right? In my prediction is that I think he's gonna win 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 championships. Like I think this nigga's unstoppable until somebody come in and beat the hell out of the Thunders like 3 times in a row in the regular season, and then 4 times in the playoffs, which I think is impossible. Bro, I think he's going for 6 championships, the minimum. That's the minimum. That's why if you looked at his most recent championship, he was like, man, this ain't nothing. Like, in order to be great, you gotta win multiple. I'm like, what? I said, nigga, be smile, be happy. That nigga like, nah, job not done. Off a chip. He won 1 chip and he's like, job not done. What? All right. With that type of mentality, I have to put you in a box. Another thing that I have to add on to that nobody's talking about. When he came into the league, I heard Shea wanted to shit on Steph Curry. Like he's like, oh, I don't like that nigga. I was like, wait, what? Oh shit. He liked that? So he's quiet. He has his quiet agendas that nobody knows. So if you notice, almost all of his games where he's going against Steph Curry, he is shitting on that nigga. Like, so I didn't know that he has a silent beef with him. So apparently his rookie year, I think Steph, I think it was the Clippers, and then Steph was doing some showboat and shit. Steph talked too much shit to me, in my opinion. But he be dancing and all this white man dance after he scores a 3-pointer, right? And Shay's like, oh no, I don't like this motherfucker. That's why I actually like Shay a lot more now, because I'm realizing he not with the bullshit. Like he's not with the, oh, after I shoot some shot, I gotta do some shit for the cameras, all this other shit like LeBron do, or I gotta shake my shoulders like Curry and do some extra shit. Like, no, I'm just hooping and then I'm gonna do my soft jog back. Like that nigga does a jog where that nigga ain't even trying to run. Like nigga, why you look like you ain't trying to run? That's how he look. Right? So if you look at all the games, let me get the stat muse up real quick, because I'm trying to show y'all. I know I'm not tripping. That's why I really wanted him to face Steph Curry last season, right? Because I needed it to be perfect. I needed him to beat Steph and beat Jokic and then win the chip. But I think Steph did some bullshit. I think they choked or whatever the fuck, and then whatever. You saw the story. But one of these playoffs, he's gonna face Steph, and I'm telling y'all, he is going to destroy him because of what Steph did to him his rookie year. All right. How many points does Shea averages against Steph Curry, right? Let's go ahead and type this up for y'all. All right. Now they're saying he averages 27.2 because they obviously adding into his rookie year. All right. He played him 17 times. Well, he played him 14 times. And he averaged 27, right? I'm going to try to find all the games, right? Let me go SGA stats against the Warriors. Right. If you look at his rookie season, this is what I'm telling you guys. His rookie season, he got 18 points on the Warriors. Then his second game, he had 3 points on the Warriors. Then he had 24 points on the Warriors, then 12 points on the Warriors. This was his rookie season before he got to OKC. After he got to OKC, he was getting 30 balls. 30s, 32, 40, 38, 35. He dropped 52. Well, that was this year. That's what I'm saying. In his prime, I'm telling you guys, every time he plays the Warriors, you could just go ahead and put up on the overall points. He's going to shit on them, right? Because he has a personal vendetta against Steph Curry. Because to me, Steph Curry is everything that SGA isn't. Right now, this is going to make people go crazy because I know how people love Steph Curry, right? But I'm going to start a war, an NBA war. In my opinion, right now, I'm going to say it right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is better than Steph Curry was ever in his entire career. Now, the average person is going to be like, you're out of your mind. It's the greatest shooter of all time. And he got 4 championships. Well, guess what? Shai is going for 7 or 6 championships, bro. 7 or 6 championships. You could lock it right now, right? In 4 or 5 years, he's going to have 5 or 6 championships. I'm going to say it before he gets those, that he's number one going to get those. And he's already, in my opinion, better than Steph Curry ever was. Steph Curry can't lead no team by himself. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. The stuff that he's doing by himself, Damian Lillard couldn't do. He had to run to Giannis. James Harden couldn't do. Kevin Durant couldn't do. LeBron James couldn't do. A lot of people had to run to other people to get a chip. And they also needed stars next to them. Jokic needed a Jamal Murray. So y'all want to write Jokic chip like, oh, it's just Jokic. No, motherfucker. Aaron Gordon was guarding the best players in that playoffs, clamping them all up. And then Jamal Murray was shooting in niggas' faces like Kyrie Irving in their grill. I was like, bro, he's disgusting. Jamal Murray is not talked about enough. All right, he's really not to me. And I feel like it's not fair because they put him down to put Jokic up. Jamal Murray is the one that is the clutchest player. Like, he's the one that makes the toughest shots. He's the one that, nigga, when the game's on the line, give it to Jamal Murray, right? Aaron Gordon played the best defense I've never seen. Mind you, he can shoot threes now. Like, one of the best three-pointer shooters you've ever seen. This is all the players Jokic has at his tools, and nobody talks about those players. All right? Now, the only reason why I'm saying this is because this is like a video about, basically, SGA being not just the best player, but the best player we've seen since Kobe fucking Bryant. So that means that he's better than Jokic, he's better than Luka, he's better than Giannis, he's better than Curry, he's better than Harden, he's better than KD, better than Kawhi, better than LeBron, he's better than all of them. Because to me, early on in his career, I don't even know how old this dude is. Hold on. Right? The nigga's 27. He's in his prime. At 27 years old, he's done what none of them niggas did at 27, bro. He's already got a chip under his belt, finals MVP and an MVP already. Steph Curry had to take an MVP, steal it from Andrew Wiggins, and face a Celtics that was just a bum Celtics. To me, shouldn't even be in the goddamn finals. Jason Tatum, trash ass. Right? That's how Curry got his chips. A lot of his chips I can literally invalidate. I can't invalidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander chips. I can't make scenarios like, oh, if he faced this guy, or oh, he's being helped because he can't really defend, so Draymond is giving him the ball. Like, how you a point guard, but Draymond is giving you the ball to score, and Klay Thompson is scoring all the clutch buckets, but you get all the credit, and KD's one of the rawest niggas in the world, and he's on your team, but yet you get all the credit. I can't do that to a SGA. With Steph, I can do that too. Steph can't defend for shit. He can't pass for shit. But nobody talks about that. SGA can pass. He can defend. He can rebound. He can score. He can steal in the passing lane. He can block shots. I like blocks too from my guards, because if my guards can block shots, that means that 9 times out of 10, the small forwards, the forwards, and the centers are all out in the break. So my guard is bringing the ball up. So if my guard is bringing the ball up, think that's easy assist. Everybody's running like a madman. They know the guard going to pass to him. And most likely the guard got the best accuracy in passing. So to me, like I said, SGA is unstoppable. And we're going to make a lot more videos about him only because he's not talked about enough in the mainstream media at the level that he needs to be talked about. And I'm going to bring in that train. And the thing is, I'm not no big glazer. I don't glaze players, bro. SGA ain't someone I'm like, oh, I got to just, oh, look at SGA. No. I like winners. And I like players who win the right way. And I know that's going to sound crazy. It's like, how do you win the right way? I don't like players who win like Jokic. That's monopolizing the basketball. You're monopolizing the game. I don't care how people talk about it, right? Even LeBron James does it a lot. He runs a 4 flat every single time. This is the first time at 23 years in the NBA, he's playing off the ball. And he hates it. If you look at LeBron, he hates playing this role. He loved playing the superstar role that Luka's playing in. Luka gets to play that same role. But you know why Luka is doing better than LeBron James in that role? Is because Luka got the shot. Luka got the step back. That step back is one of the most unguardable step backs we've ever seen. People want to talk about James Harden step back. That's a cute step back. But the most unguardable step back is that Luka step back. Like, he looks slow, everything, whatever the hell. No, that shit is effective and it works for him. That's why when you run the 4 flat, when you run the when you run these plays where he's doing pick and rolls, it's really easy for him. Like, he makes it look way more easier than LeBron James made it look to me. And Luka's running the same plays LeBron James did his entire career, right? So you take all of this stuff in consideration, everything that I just said. What is the final conclusion? The final conclusion is we have one of the best players that we've ever seen in history, and he's not being talked about. We have one of the best players in history, and there's a racist propaganda to talk about his foul shooting. Imagine me going out for 40, bang, right? And I'm feel like I'm going hard, right? And now niggas is dissecting my game like, oh, he got 17 fouls. Niggas is fouling me. The fuck you mean? Shea slashes a lot. If I slash to the, that's why I have a problem with Giannis not getting free throws. Zion doesn't get free throws. John Morant doesn't get free throws. How does the slashers, the niggas who are going to the rim at the most ferocious pace, not get free throws? But people like Steph Curry get free throws, Luka Doncic get free throws, Jalen Brunson get free throws, Trae Young get free throws. They all get a bunch of free throws. Austin Reeves now, you got to put Austin Reeves number one. Like, Austin Reeves is an average player. He's a solid bench player 20 years ago. Solid bench player. The reason why he's getting all of this success is because he shoots 17 free throws to 20 free throws a game, bro. A game. So when you have all of these attempts in the NBA, people don't understand how basketball works. The more shot attempts you have, number one, the more points you will have. That's facts, mind you. So Austin Reeves playing with another racist coach, JJ Redick. JJ Redick said the N-word never was held accountable, right? Only one YouTuber talked about it. Nobody else talked about it. So, of course, when white players come into his system, he's going to make them look like gods. So now an average Austin Reeves looks like 27 points per game. Now, watching the playoffs when they're not blowing that whistle because they can't, because it's a different script, right? So when that whistle goes down and he only get 4 to 5 free throws, he's going to get 15 to 14 to 16 points. That's literally down almost 11 points from his average that he's averaging right now. That is not a good player to me. In the playoffs, when it matters most, your average is not supposed to go down, buddy. Your average is supposed to go up. And I mean almost in every category, because you're trying to win. And there's no bench players. You're playing more minutes. If it goes down like a James Harden goes down, a Steph Curry points per game goes down, people don't talk about that shit. A lot of these players, bro, it's the media, right? So they'll prop the players like, okay, they have Cinderella story players, right? A Jason Tatum, that's a Cinderella story. Jaylen Brown is the nigga with the nuts. Jaylen Brown is the nigga that's scoring all of the clutches buckets, plays the most defense, is the rawest player on that team. But Jason Tatum is what they call the Cinderella story. Hey, we got to make him look good. To me, Jalen Brunson, another story. I'm going to do a whole video destroying Jalen Brunson because people like him, right? A lot of people like him. But guess what? He doesn't defend. Guess what? He's slow. Guess what? He doesn't pass. Guess what? He's short. Guess what? He can't defend and he's tiny. If you're tiny, you better defend like Pat Beverly, bro. If you're tiny, you can't be a shot chucker. At least be a passer like Chris Paul. Jalen Brunson shoots 40 shots per game. 40 shots and does the chicken wing offensive foul when he's going to the basket. And then he pump fakes. So the defender now is getting pushed from the shoulder because he pump fake. Now they think he's about to shoot. So they jump. Then he jumps right into them. Not even a regular shooting motion. That's how he gets his bucket. So all these foul baiters, all these propaganda stories, all these Cinderella stories. Jalen Brunson also playing with his dad, by the way, right? People don't talk about that shit. So he has his daddy right there, like LeBron James. So he's able to do whatever the hell he wants, and he can't be held accountable, right? Meanwhile, Karl-Anthony Towns is getting all the hate, and that's the reason why they're winning the games. Julius Randle was the reason why the Knicks made it to the playoffs. Yet y'all hated on Julius Randle so much when Jalen Brunson came that Julius Randle got fucking depressed and left. And now y'all trying to do the same shit to Karl-Anthony Towns. No, Karl-Anthony Towns is that nigga. If y'all want to win anything, y'all better keep talking about Cat. He's the reason why y'all gonna win the chip. Or not win the chip. Y'all not gonna win at all with that as your point guard. But making it far. Right? That's another Cinderella story. Mind you, most of the Cinderella stories, the players on their team that's like the B players, they're the actual superstars. To me, the Warriors, Clay is the best player on the Warriors in their prime. It was Clay. I feel like Clay was the best. I feel like Draymond was the second most important player other than Clay. I feel like Steph and KD were just there as beneficiaries to the glue piece that worked, that made them look good because the Cinderella story. Shea is the only one that doesn't have a Cinderella story. They hate this nigga. I'm like, how they hate this nigga? They like Kawhi Leonard. He don't talk. Shea don't talk. How y'all hate Shea? They're like, oh, he aura farming. I'm like, how he aura farming? But Jason Tatum do fake Kobe pictures and shit. And yeah, y'all niggas like Jason Tatum's. So either way, that's basically my giant podcast episode on basically how I feel that Shea Gilgeous is extremely underrated and deserves his flowers in the NBA, and how the NBA under Adam Silver, who's ruined the game, right? NBC and Amazon is saving a little bit the way it looks. Like they're not talking about LeBron 24/7. They're talking about a lot of players. I kind of like that. But Adam Silver needs to be fired, right? Once he get fired, I'll be really, really, really happy, right? But SGA needs to be promoted and talked about like, nigga, this is the best player we've seen since Kobe Bryant. That needs to be the headlines, right? It needs to be, oh, SGA is the best player in the world. Like how they were doing when Jokic won the MVP and the chip. They were acting like that nigga was God, right? So let's hold our players to the same. Let's hold our players to the same standards. Let's not change the standards based off of race and propaganda. This is what's going on in the NBA. People don't realize it's just sports. Yes, it's sports, but there's still a racist undertone to it because how did the sports become the sport, right? NBA started off all white. Then they took away the ABA and brought it together and made NBA, right? NFL, all white, same shit, right? So if it starts off with a racist propaganda, it's 9 times out of 10 is gonna stay the same, but it's gonna lower it to an undertone. So the white quarterbacks are the greatest in the world. Meanwhile, Jalen Hurts can't pass, right? But Jalen Hurts can pass. But they want to say Jalen Hurts can't pass. Jalen Hurts is like SGA, in my opinion, in terms of how they get hate and they're winning and they're doing really good, but they get hate. It's crazy. And I think it's racist. But those are the two players that I honestly, from both sports, from NFL to the NBA, that I feel like it's a racist hate propaganda to prop up like a Matthew Stafford or a Nikola Jokic. Now Matthew Stafford is raw, but he got Nakua. Like he's raw, but he got Devontae Adams. He's raw, but like my nigga, it's been 10, 20 years. He couldn't do this shit with Calvin Johnson. Megatron. Matthew Stafford is him. I think he's better than the Jokic if I was to compare them in NBA to NFL standards. But that's what I'm saying in terms of propaganda. It's a racist propaganda. We can't talk about black players as if they're amazing when they're doing amazing shit. SGA is the best player in the fucking world. Giannis is the second best player in the world. Everybody else, y'all can suck a dick. Right? But y'all better not put no Luka and Jokic as 1 and 2 in a league full of black men that's trying their asses off. That's racist propaganda to me, especially in the NBA, which relies way more on your athleticism, your body. How can people who can't run and jump be the best? Doesn't make any sense, especially if they can't defend. It'd be different if you can't run and jump and can defend and play offense. But them boys ain't defending at all. Like, I wouldn't even give them like a pass if they even tried on defense. Luka and Jokic don't even try. They don't try. They just wait for the ball on offense. Anybody, I would hate playing with them niggas. I would fight them niggas. Ain't no way in hell you gonna shoot all the shots and then I get the ball when you want me to get the ball, and then I have to score because it's like I get 3 to 4 attempts, and then I have to defend my ass off and then cover your man too. Get the fuck out of here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's me, boy Alpha Sports. Run back with another banger, man. This was a long episode only because I feel like Shai Gilgeous, nobody's talking about him, how he's supposed to be talked about, and I feel like I'm probably the only person that's probably gonna do it the right way. So drop a like, comment, share, subscribe, wherever you're hearing this from Spotify, Patreon, TikTok, wherever the hell you guys hearing this from. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow. Peace.